Hey everybody, it's Valerie Sheridan with Easy Peasy Living. Thank you for joining me again for some more Wednesday wisdom, and happy March. It's March 1st, which means we are moving on to a new theme for our Wednesday wisdom segments, and I like to call this TechnOrganizing. That's a little term that I made up to describe harnessing the power of technology to help you be a little bit more organized and maybe even to help you declutter a bit. You will probably remember that in February we talked about paper management and keeping control of all the paper that you have floating around your house. Well, you can use technology to eliminate a lot of that paper. Now, I understand that many of you are probably not all that comfortable with technology, and I'm not saying that you have to do all of these things with technology. You can still use your paper and pen, good old-fashioned way of doing things, and that is absolutely fine. If that's what works for you, then great. But this is really for people who are maybe looking to consider some of the possibilities that maybe they had never even thought about, of ways that the latest technology can help you be a little bit more organized. Also, I know that those of you who are younger than me are probably already fully embracing it and are experts at it, but there may be a few ways that you hadn't really thought of using it too. Now, I'm going to just say up front, I know I am not an expert at all on technology, nor do I pretend to be. I am not aware of all the various apps that are out there. There are many, and there are pros and cons to each of them. So what I am going to do, I'm not going to talk so much about specific apps that I use, but I will link down below in the description to this video an article where they have evaluated various apps that are in this topic that can help you, and you can find the one that best fits your needs. Okay, so what I want to talk about though is just each week I'm going to cover a different way that technology can help you. So, for example, this week I want to talk about scheduling and reminders. As I get older, I find that I am forgetting more and more things. I have to write everything down. And because I'm the mom of two teenagers / young adults and a husband, and we have busy schedule that we need to coordinate, I actually use a shared calendar where I have not only my appointments and things, but many of my kids' appointments that I need to know about in order to get them where they need to be and so forth. And also so that I don't conflict with anything that they have going on. So if you're not already using an electronic calendar that you can take everywhere with you, I would encourage you to perhaps look into one of those, and especially if you need to coordinate with other members of your household, getting one that can be shared with each other. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is tasks and to-do lists. Now, I am a big advocate of, as soon as you think of something, you either do it or you create a reminder to do it. One or the other, because there's too much going on, you're gonna forget things. And this is one of the key ways to stay organized. If you can't do it right then and there, which, let's face it, that probably most of what we think of falls into that category, then create a reminder somewhere. And if you have a task list on your phone, you're carrying it with you everywhere, this is the time to add it to that. There are many apps to help you stay on top of that. And pretty much all of them, I think, will have a feature where you can get a reminder of some sort, whether it's an alert on your phone or an email or something like that. Another way you can use technology to remember things, and this is probably my favorite way to use technology, is if you have a device like an Echo Dot, otherwise known as an Alexa. I need to say it softly so she doesn't think I'm talking to her. That's a great way to create reminders. And you can also create task lists using that device just simply by talking to it, which is really handy. So I often create reminders for myself just for things like, I have to remember to take something somewhere on a certain date that might be a month or so in advance. I can go ahead and create a reminder while I'm thinking of it, and I set the reminder up to remind me at a time when I can actually act upon it. That's really key. Okay, so these are just some ways that you can use technology in your scheduling and reminders. And again, I will remind you to just look down at the link below in the description to find out details of specific apps that can help you and how they work and what the pros and cons are to each. So next week, I hope you will join me again, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can use technology to make your food prep, whether it be menu planning, recipes, or shopping, or even keeping track of your calories and carbs. You can use technology for all those things. So I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for that. And in the meantime, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next week, I hope you will keep it easy peasy. Take care.